Good evening, everyone. I hope you've had a restful weekend. I am Kanashka, the editor of Professional Beauty India, and I am back with a brand new session of PB Quarren Live. Today and in the week coming up, we will be discussing a lot of business ideas and taking inspiration from those salons that have already opened and are operational. Now, beginning this week, we will be talking to salons that are in the front line, salons that have already opened up and are operational since the past couple of weeks. We'll get to understand from them how they went about through this whole reopening process. What are the mistakes that they made? What are the challenges that they faced? And we hope that we get to learn from them, and all this is exclusively for you, you guys who are trying to prepare yourself and your team for the reopening, because as we are moving from lockdown to the unlock phase, we know that all the salons are starting to prep up themselves, starting to prep up their teams to open up and reopen their salons with a bang. So with that intention in mind, we have charted out this whole week for you. Again, for an updated schedule, please visit our website professionalbeauty.in, and you'll get to know which are the experts that will be with us through this entire week, discussing very relevant subject of salon reopening from the front line. So joining me today in this Instagram live session is a very special guest. Her name is Miss Nayana Karunaratne, and she is a renowned Sri Lankan beautician and fashion designer and founder of Salon Nayana. She'll be talking about her strategy for reopening her salon, which is already up and running, and she'll also tell us what challenges she faced, what precautions she took, what guidelines she followed, and what measures were put in place by her and her team before opening the doors for the clientele. So I'm going to add her to this conversation with us. Hello, ma'am. So
Hi,
sorry,
hi.
there's a
No
connection
problem.
issue.
No problem. No problem. Yeah, tell me.
Okay, ma'am. So I wanted to ask you, how are things in Bangalore?
Bangalore is pretty good, but there
Okay.
is one restriction that we don't have. They are not allowing the air conditioners to be used. In Sri Lanka, that's not on. So I think
Okay.
my staff are really suffering because the protective gear is also very uncomfortable. Even with the air conditioning, the protective gear is very uncomfortable, especially the
Right.
face shield. So they are
Right.
really
Right.
suffering. But I think we are happy, and so are the customers under the circumstances.
Right. We have to make the most of what we have
I
right
know.
now.
I know. Yeah,
And
yeah.
yes, very thankful that the salons are back in operation. And
Oh, okay.
I am in Mumbai, and I hope they start off here as well. Ma'am, how are the customers taking this whole measures and guidelines? Are they following the rules?
Our customers are extremely good. They are very particular, very careful, and
Yeah.
they abide. I mean, to get their hands sanitized before entering, asking them to remove their shoes. So they are very helpful, very caring. But I
Yeah.
must say that quite a lot of people are still not coming out. There are many customers who are still a bit scared to come.
Okay.
Maybe their needs are also not essential. You know, there are services that they can afford to make.
Yeah.
There are people who are scared to generally go out of the house, not
That's
to
true.
come to the salon, but yeah,
That's true.
generally, yeah.
So, how are you staying in touch with these clients?
We have a database. We call them, we talk to them, and we share our information on our sites as well, and share with them the information. That's how we keep in touch. Actually, that's what we used
Okay.
to do before, and we try to accommodate them. Everyone who makes an appointment is a bit fearful,
Mm-hmm.
and they ask lots of questions, and sometimes I think the malls, we have two salons in malls, the
Okay.
malls are open, and I think they are a little skeptical to come to the malls as well.
I'm sure malls generally mean crowds, so people would
Yeah,
be
yeah,
skeptical
yeah,
about it.
yeah, yeah.
Um, okay, which are the services that are most in demand right now?
Definitely the cuts and colors, my dear. Definitely the cuts and colors. Yeah, the
Okay.
colors are really going crazy, and they all want to color their hair because everyone had been suffering. And the
Yeah.
cuts, and
Right.
people are asking for facials, but we are not going to take that chance at all, because I think, to me, my staff would be in more danger. There is no way you can ever do a facial without covering the mouth. So
Absolutely.
they are asking for, but we are not doing. The rebonding and straightening treatments are coming in slowly, but lots of gents haircuts. We are not
Okay.
allowed to do the beards, and ladies colors are very much in demand, and cuts. Yeah,
So when you say
and
color,
cuticles have
I'm
come back.
assuming you're talking about gray coverage. Okay.
uh,
Mani pedis
Grey
as well. Yes,
coverage,
yes.
many pages as well. Grey coverage
Okay.
as well as, I think grey coverage, I suppose, especially for the older people, they can survive at home buying something cheap from the shop and applying. It's a fashion color people who are having a bigger problem, and it's also such ladies and gents who go to work because the businesses have started.
Right.
So they are the ones who come. Yeah. Even in
Okay.
Bangalore, majority of the business in Bangalore is color and cut,
Okay.
colors and colors.
What about the least in demand treatment? Are people afraid of asking for any particular service?
Uh, we haven't had any makeup request as yet because nobody is going out, and
Yeah.
even the bridals have not started. There is a
Right.
there is a there is a possibility that the government will allow gatherings of up to 100 by the 15th of
Okay.
this month, which
Okay.
means you can have venue up to 100. But there'll be rules and regulation. The table of 10 will have only a seating of 4.
Right.
Table of 10 will have a seating of 4. There'll be restrictions, so I suppose at that time the makeup will come, but not otherwise. Not I see, the thing is, entire country is aware, especially
Yeah.
the clients who come to us are aware of the situation, and I think they also understand for their safety as well. Their safety as well.
Absolutely, absolutely. Whatever guidelines you have put in place, whatever rules you have put in place are for their safety and
As well. And
health,
for
right?
our staff safety. Staff
Absolutely.
safety. Yeah.
Yes. So,
Yeah.
how are you spacing the appointments? How many seats are operational? How many appointments do you generally
Actually,
take in a day?
uh, actually, some of the seats have been blocked by the government officials. They have
Okay.
put in blocks. In fact, even at in this around the pedicure areas, one pedicure chair they have covered with a bed sheet and blocked with 2 chairs, so that we will not let the two clients sit next to each other.
Yeah.
Uh, the staff are also, we are trying only about a 50% staff at a time. Anyway, it's easy to manage the restrictions because the customer intake is very less. People are, we may be operating at 1/5 capacity, I would say, at the moment, because
Okay.
facial rooms
Yeah.
are closed, the beauty room is makeup room is closed, more or less. So
Yeah.
but I'm actually not grumbling at all because business is back, staff
Yeah.
are happy, and even though it's less, the cash is coming in, which is very
Yeah.
important, and it's a learning
Uh,
curve for us.
Absolutely, it is. And that's why we are having this conversation, because we want everyone who has not yet opened their salon to learn from you on what are the challenges that you are facing. So, in terms of the staff, have you minimized the staff strength?
No, I haven't had the guts to do that. I did lose about 3 girls, very young girls. The parents were a bit scared, and actually, one particular girl's
Yeah,
father is very sick, so I suppose they take precautions. I
yeah,
lost them. Maybe they join when situation is back, but
yeah.
otherwise no. So, but we manage them on a roster,
Okay.
and we manage them. We even the working times have been reduced because there's a curfew at 8 o'clock, the whole
Yeah,
country. It's not a
yeah.
it's a quarantine curfew, not a strict
Yes,
one. And
yes,
transport is less. Transport capacity is less. Every bus can carry only 25 people.
yes.
So train compartment only 50. whereas India, Sri Lanka carries 500 in one compartment.
Easily, yes.
Easily. The footboard will have 50, the footboard.
Absolutely.
So, it's easy. I find that the staff are happy to come to work because they were
Yeah.
so bored at home, and less work. But also, I think there's the money is coming in, the tips are passing the hands, so
Yeah.
things are
They are happy.
slowly but surely. Yeah, they're happy. Yeah, they're happy. They're
And
feeling good.
what are the working hours for you right now?
We used to be from 10 to 8, 10 a.m. to
Okay.
8 p.m.,
Yeah.
which means the staff have to report by 9:30, be ready.
Yeah.
So now we start at 10, which means around 10:15 or so the first clients will come. We close around 5:30.
Okay.
5:30, but before 6
Yeah.
we are closed. Yeah.
And generally, in a day, how much time is dedicated to cleansing and sterilizing the place?
See, it's a team effort. So it's
Yeah.
not a big thing. It's a team effort. So the systems are in place. You have to. We have told the staff how they should come to work, and
Yeah.
they have to change their uniform. They have to change their shoes. So they have to sanitize themselves at the door, wash their hands, and then of course, if you really take the size of a salon, it's only about 1,000 square feet or 800 or 900 square feet. So for 6-7 people to do that is not a big issue together.
Right. Right.
I would say sanitizing and cleaning will take maximum 15 to 20 minutes joint teamwork, and then you
Okay.
get yourself dressed and comb your hair. They are putting less makeup now because half the face is covered. And
Yeah.
there's no lipstick at all. And what I have noticed is that automatically within these last 2 weeks, every single staff member of ours is immediately cleaning up the workstation after the client finishes. Immediately. They immediately, it has got into the system within these 2 weeks. The moment the client is gone, they sanitize the place, wipe the chair, sweep, capes are put to wash. We don't use capes and towels again. And I noticed that even at the reception, immediately the card machine is wiped, everything is wiped. So, it's become a habit.
Yeah, it's become a way of life for
It's
them
become a
as
way
well.
of life.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
it's a good thing that they've internalized this so that you don't
yeah,
have to supervise them for all this thing. They are doing it
yeah.
on their own.
Yeah,
That's really great.
yeah. Actually, I think I told this at my last meeting also. Salon Nana, India and Sri Lanka both, we have the system of we don't have domestics. We have domestics like for major things, but in general we don't have domestics. We maybe make our own tea, serve everything.
Yeah,
So the staff are used to it.
yeah,
And heavy cleaning anyway we get the domestics to come,
yes,
housekeeping to come and do once a week or every other day or something like that, so they are used to it. We have stopped serving tea and coffee to customers
right,
for precautionary measures, and I think they are happy too.
yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
what is the
Be-
uh, what is the average ticket size that you have been observing in the first 2 weeks?
what do you mean by the number of
Uh,
clients, or
no,
when you say ticket size?
the number, the revenue that is generated per client, like how much are they spending?
Revenue, this whole, we actually officially started on the 15th of May.
Yeah,
So we did work for half a month. 15th of May we started officially. I
yeah,
would say the revenue is one fifth
okay,
of my monthly revenue. 1/5 in all salons across Sri Lanka and even the Indian salon. But as I told you, I'm happy because we have a month of April was nothing.
yeah,
Month of April
right,
was nothing, so we are happy. And lots of landlords have been kind. They are giving us either discounts or they are giving us easy payment terms.
yeah,
And so it's a positive look, positive
right,
move.
right. So, how much time does one client get to spend in the salon, and how much is say the average spend per client?
Actually, we haven't changed that. See, the general requirement is to try and finish the client early.
Yeah.
Okay? Spend as less time as possible. We haven't done that because we don't take our own cool time, but say for color, somebody comes with the color, then the wash, the conditioning, this cut, blow dry.
Yeah.
We do the normal thing, not dilly-dallying, but the normal things. But as I told you before, the clients are not doing many services. See, they come for the, otherwise they would come for the facial and this and that, everything. So they are going back early with the essentials done. But we
Yeah.
haven't cut short on the time, but in generally we are efficient. In general, we are being efficient. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
How about in salons retail sales? Have you seen any growth in that?
No, I would say it's basic. Basic.
Okay.
It hasn't been high. It hasn't been high. I have noticed that lots of clients are coming with fancy colors that they have done at home.
Yeah.
So there might be a little bit of color correction.
Okay.
That happens more with the white hair coverage, because
Right.
fashion hair 2 months they could have held on. So there is some cheap stuff that has been used, or rather, may I say, what's available in the supermarkets
Yeah.
that have been used, and that color correction will have to be done by us. But it's okay, not bad. It's not bad.
Okay. There has been some additional costs involved now because of the disposables that you're using and the perhaps even the PPE kits or whatever disposables that you're giving to the customers. So how are you absorbing these costs right now?
Actually, my initial cost before opening the salons itself was close upon 260,000 rupees just to buy the necessary sanitizers and the face mask and the shields and all that. Anyway, PPE supplied to the staff is the responsibility of the salons. So it's a salon owner. So that is the
Yeah.
rule of the industry, the PPE.
Yeah.
So what we have done is we have given each staff 2 or 3 face masks, which are all reusable, washable, and also
Yeah.
we are given a shield to them. And everything else, the salons have our towels, our capes, we have them. We just have got a few extra, but we can manage because the footfall is not very high. But the
Yeah.
sanitizers, all those things have been an expense. I am not yet ready to charge it to the customer. That's my personal choice, of course. I am not yet ready to pass it on to the customer. As I told you, I am really looking at this in a very positive manner, and I'm seeing that the staff are really getting used to the importance of personal hygiene for themselves and the salon hygiene, and I hope this will stay. I hope this will stay. I've been phoning Bangalore almost every day and saying, especially Nayana's name, please keep it up, because we have a good name for health and hygiene and salon standards, but their standards again is good. 85% of practices we did before. They,
Okay.
as I told you, they are uncomfortable without the air conditioning, but
Yeah.
feedback is excellent. Feedback is excellent. Yeah.
Right.
So I haven't passed it on as yet, but I think in time to come this cost will come down, because it's accepted that soap and water is excellent.
Yeah.
So, but we have to anyway mop our places, and I hope it will come down. I hope it will come down, the cost.
Right. Ma'am,
Yeah.
you have 8 salons in Sri Lanka and 1 in India. What was the thought process in your strategy when you decided to open all of them at as soon as the lockdown was rolled on?
Well, the strategy was to see. The thing is, for our luck during the lockdown, we
Yeah.
we kept the momentum going with our staff. We
Right.
discovered Zoom. So we did discovered Zoom, and so we did a lot of training. We had fun meetings, and the management team kept on. We realized this. Believe me, we realized this was going to happen. And the very first document on health and safety was done by us, myself, and I shared it with my staff and my managers, and they did it. And that is the same document that was given to the health department
Okay.
for up there. So we were ready for it. We were ready for it. We were thinking, planning, training the staff, all that. So opening up, I would say the staff were very well prepared.
Yeah.
They were very well prepared, and we had done the training, awareness, but they took time to come, especially outstation staff took time to come because the
Yeah.
transport was not there. So they came in stages. So, and as I also told you, we couldn't open all the salons in one day because the public health officer came personally, visited, and put his signature on. So it
Okay.
was in a matter of about 7 days, but I would say the lockdown period we were well prepared.
Right.
We were well
So
prepared. Yeah.
preparation is the key here if you want to get back into business and reopen your salon with the maximum impact. You need to keep yourself and your staff prepared.
Yeah, I think that is something all of you can also do, especially
Yeah.
Mumbai is still on lockdown. Say your staff is so small, whatever it is, your each salon staff is maybe 15, 20, 25 maximum. So you
Yeah.
get together, you talk to them, you go through the whole thing step by step.
Right.
What is yours, not what is general. Let's do this to the door. This door, let's keep it permanently closed. This door we will open. Let's close this wash basin. Let's not give tea and coffee. Okay, we are running short of capes. Shall we buy a few more capes and keep?
Yeah.
So like that, you can be prepared. You can be prepared.
Right. Ma'am, do you have any different plan now that you will be entering into the third week of renewed operations? Is there going to be any upgrade in your planning?
Yeah, we are really hoping that the threading services and the makeup will come and the facials will come. But
Right.
for that, the mouth has to be open. So
Yes.
we are taking we are discussing how we could do that, how we could maximize it, and hopefully, I think the makeup and the bridals will come first. That will
Okay.
come first. Yeah, so
Okay.
because the wedding season is also starting, the Ramzan is also over,
Yeah.
and the country is waiting for the functions to be permitted.
Hmm.
So even 100 people, the bride will be dressed. So
Yes.
we are preparing for that. Again, I would really like to, which we are trying to do a training session next week, is to go through the makeup box. Go
Okay.
through the procedure of the makeup box, from the sponge to the lip brushes. See, everybody knows the rule, but everyone takes it easy. But not this
Yes.
time. Not
Yes.
this time. So you have to be ready. If you have a retinue of 4 people, please keep the 4 brushes and the 4 sponges and everything ready. So
Yeah.
that's the preparation we are planning at the moment.
Yes. So it would be prepping up of your makeup kit before the bridal season opens.
Yes, yes. Especially using the brushes, because see, this is a common belief. Even at the meeting with the minister, one lady said, "Ma'am, they are using the same lipstick on everybody." I said, "No, we never use it. We are
Yeah.
supposed to use a lip brush and apply it, and then the lip brush is supposed to be sanitized for the next one." So
Yeah.
these rules which are there, please practice them.
Yeah, they have to be
That's the preparation.
reinforced now with more gas.
Yeah.
Um, Ma'am, one last thing that I would like to know from you is, are you foreseeing any more challenges going forward?
With COVID-19,
Yeah, with running the salon around the COVID-19 situation.
I think the biggest challenge would be to maintain health and hygiene, because
Okay.
there's a general perception, there's a general belief among the clients, because some of my friends, I have heard my husband's friends talking that the people will not go to salons that they think are not hygienic enough in future.
That's
you
right.
know my uncles who are professors, they go to ordinary barber salons and they get their
Yeah.
haircut. They are not bothered, they just sit, and I always complain, the towel is dirty, why are you going? No, 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 no. And they come straight home and have a bath. So they don't care. They go to the
Yeah.
basic barber salon at the top of the road and they're comfortable. And
Yeah.
that I think will change. That will change. Because
Right.
so actually people like us might get better business if we maintain our health
That's
and safety standards, and if we can propagate and see tell the world that our salons are maintaining the highest health and safety standards, and the only way to tell is word of mouth by the client. You cannot the
absolutely.
first one will come, your own client will come, your faithful client will come, so you don't have to
Yeah.
worry, but she will go and tell all the others.
Yeah. So hygiene
Yeah.
and sanitation will become your next USP,
Yeah.
which can
Yeah.
be
Yeah.
the game changer for you.
Yeah, and I also think at this moment I'm not criticizing anybody, but I think mobile services should be stopped at the moment
Okay.
because
Okay.
of our staff. See, our staff are going to somebody's house, so
Right.
she or he is exposed to the
That's
entire
true.
family. Whereas
Yeah.
when you come to our salon, we are exposed only to you.
Yeah.
So for the time and the there are towels, there are beds, there are chairs, there are door handles. Are we sure of their standards?
Yeah. So in your
So
salon, you are controlling the environment. You are in charge of
100,
the hygiene.
100,
So it's more secure
150%.
for you and for the
Yeah.
client that way.
Yes,
Yeah, that
yes,
that
yes.
yeah, that's a valid point there. Ma'am, I have
Yeah.
a small request from you. Since
Yeah.
you're already in the salon, can you show us how you have cordoned off certain chairs? Will that
Okay.
be possible? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I will take you to, okay. Okay. Can you see this pedicure two chairs?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so one is covered by the authorities and they
Yeah.
have blocked it with two chairs also. These two chairs are unwanted, they are blocked. We can't
Okay.
sit. So we can only use this one unit,
One
only
station.
one
Yeah.
unit. Yeah, this has
Okay.
only two. Okay. The
Okay.
second one is these are the manicure. We used to have three stations. They have pushed it into two now. The
Okay.
capacity of this table is actually even up to four we can have, but they have pushed it into two. And in the cutting section, my
Yes.
staff are very angry over this. There is my cutting section. This
Okay.
unit has four. This
Okay.
unit has four chairs. But you can see there's only one chair here. And
Yes.
here they have pushed my sofa and blocked it.
Right.
The
Okay.
authorities have put the sofa and blocked it because this is our door. So
Yeah.
there we are supposed to, if we want, we are supposed to use this path and come here and wash the hands.
Okay.
So
Okay.
they have blocked it. So actually in this cutting unit of four, we have only two chairs
Okay.
functioning.
And
And
will
we
they
have
also be making surprise checks to see if you're following
They are,
this?
they are. They
Okay.
have already been doing it, and people are like us who are in the malls at the moment. We are getting it exposed a lot more. You know why? Not because they are coming to check us, my dear. They are coming to check the malls and the
Yeah.
shops.
Yeah.
So they come to our shops more. Also, you must understand Sri Lanka has the intelligence bureau working with for COVID-19.
Okay.
So the CIB, Central Intelligence Bureau, is also keeping a check. All the forces are on alert: Army, Navy, Air Force, and the police.
Okay.
So
Okay.
there are a lot of plainclothes people checking the country, not salons.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
so obviously they come and have a look at us also. Mostly the salons that are in the malls.
Right.
Yeah.
So it is actually worth your while to follow the rules, follow the guidelines,
Yes.
because that is what is going to be the norm going forward. You have to follow the guidelines and do the best with what you have.
See, the thing is, this is our job. This is our pride. This is our life. Why are we
Yeah.
cheating on it? This is because this is actually a step forward. This is a little difficult at the moment, but it's a step forward for the health and safety and the hygiene of all the salons. And you will not believe the amount of calls I get for a day from messages. I'm like, madam, this salon is doing that, that salon is doing that, do something, madam. I always say, listen, please phone the 119 emergency line or tell somebody. I'm not the police, but people are complaining. In fact, this is exactly what the minister said. When we had the first meeting, somebody said everyone will cheat. Then the minister said, no, people are very aware of health and hygiene now. So when somebody does something wrong, people will phone 119, our
Right.
emergency line. So the awareness is being built up, I think, which is good. I think it's very good.
Yes. It is good, it is essential, and this is going to be the way of life, so we might as well adjust to it.
Yeah, and it's not only way of life, my dear. It's a way of the salon business, which
Absolutely.
we have happily neglected. We have happily neglected. So
Yes.
in fact, yeah, it's just a matter of just sticking to that. It will come. It will become easy for everyone.
Yes. Thank you so much for
Like,
having you on Insta Live with us, and thank you for showing us around the salon. That was really
thank you.
helpful, and I'm sure all the
Thank
viewers who have been seeing us will take inspiration and prepare themselves and their team accordingly. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Take care. Bye.
Bye bye. Take care.